Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Louder. Yeah? I'm talking. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, Gillian, you're right here. Talk about those people around the side there. Okay. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sue Berger. I'm the Social Work Program Manager of Valley Development Projects and this building, particularly the Open Door. I'd just like to give a little bit of a description of what the Valley Development Projects is about. We are two programs, early learning and social work. We operate in Ocean View and Masiphumelele, and we have been here for more than 30 years operating and have grown slowly to be more and more relevant. We are specifically about child protection, which is, I'm not sure everybody knows what that is, but it is basically working with the children who are abused and neglected. We also have our early intervention programs, and this is what this playground is about. I'd like to just read to you our vision. Communities, it's very short, it's communities where children are nurtured and protected. And this is what we're hoping, that in this place the children will receive more nurturing. Yeah. Okay. Our program here already feeds 100 to 120 children a day, and also takes pots of food up and around. So Shireen will introduce that more. We just don't get paid by the community. Yes, yeah. Okay, all right. As we are a completely free service that is subsidized by the Department of Social Development. Okay, and we have the Department of Social Development supervisor from Fishhook sitting over there. Wave your hand, Charmaine. Yeah, okay. Whom we work closely with. Okay, we work closely with a number of people. Bronwyn from Community Cohesion, and who else is here from Community Cohesion? The Ocean View.
Also witnessed the social workers at all levels show compassion, dedication, and no judgment of their clients, and that they go beyond the call of duty on a daily basis as they walk.
And has actually made sure that when there's opportunities for any project that could actually benefit, when we envisaged a playground, correct? Yeah, and then we went into my office to have a discussion around it. And I mean, it's amazing to think that something like this starts with people liaising with each other and talking, and actually this can be, this is the consequence, yeah. So I want to say very much a thank you to Marcel and Shadia and to all the Rotary. So we're thanking the Rotary of Cape of Good Hope, and we're thanking the Rotary of Wateringen, and I know that we have more than one member of Wateringen here. If you would, here you are, Ron. Yeah, okay. Thank you for being here. Lovely to have you here, because, I mean, without your work in the Netherlands, the money would not have been here for all this. This is the process. And also Carmen Stevens, who is the lady who managed to assist the Rotary to raise money. Carmen, can I mention, or are you going to mention her? You're going to? Okay, so I'll leave it to you. It's almost hard to actually grasp what and how important it is to kind of get, these things cost money. It takes time and money, and it takes a working out. So how this all came together is quite magical for us. Yeah. Then I'd like to say very much thank you to Rashid, who did more than what he was asked to in terms of his quotes, who when he laid these bricks down, and I first thought, oh, but they don't match those bricks over there. That was my first thought. And he said, these are paving bricks. Those are just ordinary bricks. So let me do my job properly. I know what I'm doing. And he was quite right, because it's amazing. I mean, and this morning we brought the tables and chairs out, but before that it was just this beautiful area of space with the bricks and the grass. So I'd like to thank all the suppliers who were, first it was the wall, and then it was the bricks, and then it was the paving, and then it was the final thing was the grass, and then it was the play equipment, and the tables, and it all came together. And then we had some lovely ladies from Scarborough who came and planted plants and brought earth into here. Kate, I don't know if she's here. No, they were invited, but they're not here. So it was such an amazing project of everybody contributing in any which way that they could. That was their area of expertise. And then I'd like to say thank you, obviously, to Shireen for actually also being receptive and working with me on this, okay, and to all my staff who are fantastic. I have amazing staff. I'm not going to mention them all by name, but what they do is just incredible. It's hard work. We are often overwhelmed. And there were many different labourers who worked on this project. People who actually digged, were on their hands and knees, and obviously they are not here. But often we forget that without those people to do this, these things would not happen. So I just wanted them to be mentioned. And then anybody that I haven't mentioned, thank you. Okay. We appreciate you all and all of you for being here. Okay, I'm now going to introduce Marcel van den Berg, sorry, from Wateringen Rotary, who will talk for himself. Yeah. Okay. It was old bricks, old tiles, old bits of slide, rubbish, weeds. It was unbelievable. If you could see the photos from there to here, Marcel has them, but unfortunately we didn't blow any up, which actually would have been nice for you to see. And over the last 6 weeks, is it 6 weeks, Marcel? Yeah. There's been an absolute transformation, and slowly as we work through it, thanks to all the people who came to the party amazingly, particularly starting off with the money, but I'll go first to that. I wanted to welcome a community member, Rashid, to talk. Unfortunately, he has had to rush his sister to Constantia Hospital. Rashid is one of the community members, and he was sending somebody else down. Here you are, Zuleika. Come. Okay, Zuleika Manuels. Yeah, I know, you're not prepared at all. So Rashid Rashid is a community member, a community activist, very involved with feeding programs as well as making sure employment happens in the community. And he was responsible for all of this beautiful brickwork that he did here, where he employed all people from the community, which is why we chose him. Rashid, and I just wanted to say, actually came to Ocean View like many people did via the Forced Removals Act, whether they came from Simonstown, I think you came. Yeah, and Rashid came from Constantia, and all put together here and have developed slowly over the years into what Ocean View is today. I'm going to hand over if you want to just say a little bit about what the community is. And I know it's short notice for you. Okay, all right. Okay, and you need it a bit lower?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Apologies that Rashid can't be here due to circumstances. A little bit about Rashid. I think you've said it. He is a community worker. The two of us has been working for the last 15 years in community. In COVID, we were heavily busy and quite involved with Peter Fenton and Pastor Dimitri, and actually the whole of the community of Ocean View and the rest of the Western Cape as well. I don't want to talk too much about us because this is about your opening. Is it your opening?
It's the opening of the playground.
Of the playground. I just want to thank Sue. For sorry, I'm not good with names, Sue. I know your name is Sue. I just want to thank Sue and her staff crew for what they're doing for Ocean View. It is a pleasure to have them here, and it's also very helpful because a lot of the community, mostly the communities, we are an impoverished community, and people don't always have the money or the facility to go to a professional social worker for advice or help. So this institution here is a great help for this community where they can come to at any time and at no cost. So we appreciate, Sue, we appreciate you and your team for what you're doing for the community of Ocean View. And I believe there's also a feeding scheme happening here once or twice a week.
No, every day.
So every day, so we're very grateful for that. Thank you, Sue, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for being here at short notice. I just want to say something. You did well, but we are professional social workers, Zuleika. We are professional social workers here. Yes. Yeah, okay. We just don't get paid by the community. Yes, yeah. Okay, all right. As we are a completely free service that is subsidized by the Department of Social Development. Okay, and we have the Department of Social Development Supervisor from Fishhook sitting over there. Wave your hand, Charmaine. Yeah, okay. Whom we work closely with. Okay, we work closely with a number of people. Bronwyn from Community Cohesion, and who else is here from Community Cohesion? The Ocean View team. Okay. So they are doing domestic violence, so we work very closely with them because they work with domestic violence in the building next door here. So it works very well for us. The next person that I'd like to introduce is Bev Frieslich. Bev has been on our board and as part of the Rotary came here when we all worked in this little building over here, not this one here, but the one behind there. And they helped us complete this amazing building that we have here for where the social workers work and for where we have a community hall. Before that was just a building of containers with a front. Yeah, so we managed to have this building, which has allowed us to grow. Bev, I'm going to let you do your talk.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be here, and I'm thrilled to be here. I joined Rotary in 1995 in Johannesburg, and then I came down to Cape Town to be here with my children, and that was where I found the Rotary Club Cape of Good Hope. As a professional nurse and a hospital matron, I was able to slot into the community here of social workers with a little bit more understanding perhaps than the average person does. So that was where I found Sue. And once Sue orientated me and I got to know her team better, I realized that I was working with a group of highly dedicated professionals at all levels of their social worker careers. And I think it's beautiful that we're all training up, or a lot of people are training up to improve themselves. And that these people really care about their clients. We talk about the client, but that's really the child predominantly and the parents that come with that. I've also witnessed the social workers at all levels show compassion, dedication, and no judgment of their clients, and that they go beyond the call of duty on a daily basis as they walk their talk. To say that they're incredibly hard-working, professional, and proud women and men is an understatement. I stand here today on the shoulders of giants who work tirelessly for the well-being of their clients, who are mostly children. Sue Berger lives not a 24-hour day, she lives a 42-hour day, because she takes everything under her wings. She takes full responsibility for things. Firstly, as she said, the social worker, project leader, supervisor of all, this one and the one in Massey. Secondly, she liaises with the early learning program with Lynn Lamb, and that's something else. Thirdly, she connects with the financial people. And fourthly, she was the operational manager to bring this whole project together. So, I mean, this girl needs 42 hours a day to get everything done. So I think you'll agree with me that this lady is remarkable in all that she has successfully juggled, both at work and professionally, even thinking of how this all impacts on home and social life. So now let's talk about another inspiring person. We've got loads of them here, but two in particular, and the other one is my friend Marcel and his gorgeous wife, Shadia. Marcel, you arrived like a breath of fresh air in our lives and have shared a passion with us that has driven us to do what we've done, this miracle in 6 weeks. And we're fortunate that you chose the Open Door as your project, because you did look around and you have very discerning eye and you chose the right project. But what I do want to bring mention to is that Marcel is a visionary. He has determination and ability. He won't tell you, but he won't tell you about his huge energy and drive. Marcel is like a Duracell battery on super speed. And believe me, he is the best person that I could ever have worked with. He's a pain in the bum, but he is fantastic. He gets things done, and he's just there, and he knows what he's doing. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you really are amazing. You have the ability to inspire people by your own example, never asking more than what you're prepared to do yourself. You're a visionary. You're an incredible leader. you're a motivator, and as an amazing human being, you are also a Rotarian, and I'm proud to say that I honour you as a fellow Rotarian. I've loved working with you. I love working with you, and I wish you all the luck in the future. In conclusion, I just want to share with you, because I'm here wearing kind of two hats, both Rotary and VDP, that Rotarians, all we really want to do is make a difference. That's what it's all about. We want to go out there and change people's lives. And we are not motivated by status, by titles, by self-glory, but rather the strength and humility and honesty and integrity that we do as we go about service above self. And that's what it's all about. We do for others without thinking about ourselves. And by the way, we also say, when you're doing it, you must have fun. And I think we've had lots of fun here as well with you, myself. So I'm really pleased to be part of this project that has been so beautifully drawn together, and the best of the social workers' love of their clients be primarily that of the children, and hence this beautiful upgraded playground area, and the goodness and the honesty that our Rotarians do show in what we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Bev. I'm not doing my thank yous now. They're still coming. I just wanted to introduce, am I speaking through the speaker? Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. I want to introduce Shireen Aronser. She is the community project manager and a social worker in my team. She also wears two hats and also works many, many hours beyond what she is required to do. Shireen has been here 23 years, Shireen? Yeah, 23 years part of this organization, and was here long before I came here, and worked with the children and ran children's projects, outings, camps, workshops, and feeding. Okay, we've got beautiful pictures from many years ago when we fed children standing in the rain outside that container. Yeah, so this has been absolutely incredible as a way of expanding that project, and Shireen has been at the head and driving that all the time. Due to lack of funding, at some point, in terms of Shireen's project, Shireen came into my project partially, and partially still running that. And so she has a huge responsibilities, because she does child protection work through the courts, as well as running programs and workshops through the community development for the children, the prevention and early intervention programs. And I suppose for many of you, prevention and early intervention programs is sort of like a word. You know, like, what do we do in prevention and early intervention programs? Because actually, it's kind of a loose term. It's one of those terms like, what's life skills about, you know? So prevention and early intervention programs is really being able to get to the children early and a little bit change the direction that they would take, you know, so that actually you involve them in activities which are positive, where they learn how to give, how to share, how to be polite, and actually develop an aim, a goal, an objective beyond what is in their community. And it's a really, really important, and often we think of it, you know, our work through the courts, our foster care placements, our temporary safe care removals, that if we could work more in that area, and if the government would devote more money to those areas, we would have less children in foster care, because then it means working with the families, working to hold the family together with their children rather than removing them. Okay, I'm sure I'm beyond my time here in terms of my introduction slot, but I need to push this, because I was recently at a meeting and we were talking about therapy for children. Every child in this community has experienced trauma. Okay, there are shootings regularly. There is abuse all over. There are drug addicts visibly. So domestic violence is in the home. So if we are not giving some place where those children can be actually heard, where somebody can listen to them and talk to them and they can work through their processes, we are not doing our jobs. We are not serving our children. We are not going to get children moving out of the cycle of dropping out of school, ending up in prison, using drugs, dead, pregnant early. Those are the futures for the children if we don't intervene early. Okay. All right, Shireen. Sorry, that was more about the project than you yourself, but...
Thanks, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to just start off by saying this to me is a miracle. It really is. For all the years that I've been here, I never envisaged that this would happen. But I also want to acknowledge that this was Sue's vision coming alive. And I really want to thank you, Sue, because your vision went as far as thinking of a playground and you endeavored that. And Marcel, your daughter, your wife, the person, who's part of the whole funding and so on with all of this. I can't thank you enough for making a child's dream come true. I'm not going to say a lot because I think it must come from the horse's mouth. They must be able to say how they really feel. And I also want to say to the Rotary as well, you've been excellent in the role that you've played, and Marcel is part of that Rotary as well. The building speaks for itself, and there's the playground now, and it's just, before you know it, you'll be a double story. I can just see that happening so that in winter they can be upstairs. Anyway, and I also just would like to say that if you drive on Komiki Road, you will see that the children, their plaything is jumping on old mattresses. You will see them on the sides, And, that's probably going to change, hopefully, when they come and play here. Lastly, what I would like to say is that what is a wedding without a dance? What is a funeral without mourning? What is a child protection center without a playground? Thank you very much. May God richly bless you. And above all, I thank God for bringing people from Netherlands, the Rotary, and all of that to make this special. Thank you. So,
Playground. A playground is important to children to play on and have fun. But we have a playground at Immerform, but now it's better that we have a playground at Open Doors. And we're thankful so much that you put a playground here and you've made a smile on our faces. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I was little when I started working here at the Open Doors, and we never had an opportunity to have a playground. And I'm quite jealous but I'm happy for the younger ones that they have a playground to play in. And I just want to thank the Rotary, Auntie Sue, for her, and everybody else. And we're very thankful. And the junior youth, the teen youth, and the senior youth, we very appreciate it, and thank you very much.
I just want to add that Jamie is 9 matric, and she's a leader in the youth. So we have about 20, so most of them are leaders. And they are going to, if you can just move to the side, some of you, so that they can just give you a dance. And then at the end, there will be a dance and a song at the end. So can we just relax and enjoy? Thank you. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you very much, dancers. I just want to oh, okay, all right, sorry. Just remind everybody that this was, and to tell everybody that this was actually put together by the girls themselves. They choreographed it, and this is the performance that they wanted to put on. I am now going to introduce Marcel. Oh, before I introduce Marcel, two things. Before we go on, because then we will go on to the opening after Marcel has had his talk. Does anybody else here that would like to actually say anything? This is now your chance. Yeah? No, I wasn't going to. You were going to introduce Owen as the new Rotary. Owen, I'm just going to introduce you as the new Rotary president. Okay? All right. Okay. Thank you. He wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Unless you want to say something, Owen? Okay. All right. I want at this point to actually say thank you. And I think there's a lot of thank yous that must be said here. First of all, I have to say thank you to Bev, because Bev has been connected with this project for a long time and has actually made sure that when there's opportunities for any project that could actually benefit this open door building or the Massey building or any other building, she has actually connected us. So it's Bev who brought Marcel and Shadia, his wife, to actually visit us and have a look at us, and for us to decide, okay, we're going to make a playground here. It was quite, sorry Jude, it was, I think we were standing over there in the middle of all that rubbish and rubble when we envisaged a playground, correct? Yeah, and then we went into my office to have a discussion around it. And I mean, it's amazing to think that something like this starts with people liaising with each other and talking, and actually this can be, this is the consequence, yeah. So I want to say very much a thank you to Marcel and Shadia and to all the Rotary. So we're thanking the Rotary of Cape of Good Hope, and we're thanking the Rotary of Wateringen, and I know that we have more than one member of Wateringen here. If you would, here you are, Ron. Yeah, okay. Thank you for being here. Lovely to have you here, because I mean, without your work in the Netherlands, the money would not have been here for all this. This is the process. And also Carmen Stevens, who is the lady who managed to assist the Rotary to raise money. Carmen, can I mention, or are you going to mention her? You're going to. Okay, so I'll leave it to you. It's almost hard to actually grasp what and how important it is to kind of get, these things cost money. It takes time and money, and it takes a working out. So how this all came together is quite magical for us. Yeah. Then I'd like to say very much thank you to Rashid, who did more than what he was asked to in terms of his quotes, who when he laid these bricks down, and I first thought, no, but they don't match those bricks over there. That was my first thought. And he said, these are paving bricks. Those are just ordinary bricks. So let me do my job properly. I know what I'm doing. And he was quite right, because it's amazing. I mean, and this morning we brought the tables and chairs out, but before that it was just this beautiful area of space with the bricks and the grass. So I'd like to thank all the suppliers who were, first it was the wall, and then it was the bricks, and then it was the paving, and then it was the the final thing was the grass, and then it was the play equipment, and it finally, and the tables, and it all came together. And then we had some lovely ladies from Scarborough who came and planted plants and brought earth into here. Kate, I don't know if she's here. No, they were invited, but they're not here. So it was such an amazing project of everybody contributing in any which way that they could. That was their area of expertise. And then I'd like to say thank you, obviously, to Shireen for actually also being receptive and working with me on this, okay? And to all my staff who are fantastic. I have amazing staff. I'm not going to mention them all by name, but what they do is just incredible. It's hard work. We are often overwhelmed. And there were many different labourers who worked on this project. People who actually digged, were on their hands and knees, you know, and obviously they are not here. But often we forget that without those people to do this, these things would not happen. So I just wanted them to be mentioned. And then anybody that I haven't mentioned, thank you. Okay. We appreciate you all and all of you for being here. Okay, I'm now going to introduce Marcel van den Berg, sorry, from Wateringen Rotary, who will talk for himself. Yeah.
A little bit higher, maybe? A little bit higher, maybe? Okay, thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to apologize for the fact that I'm Dutch, that I speak with a funny accent. So please raise your hand if you stop understanding me. Yeah? Can we agree on that? So the story is that I became a member of Rotary Wateringen, which was, by the way, founded by one of the people who's here. It's Ron Nieuwenhuizen. He was one of the founding members of Rotary Wateringen. And I said, listen, I can become a member, but I can only spend 7 months a year in the Netherlands on Rotary work over there, because I live somewhere else. And then the question was, where are you then? I said, well, we are in Cape Town. Oh, wow, that's cool. So please make a connection with a Rotary club in the Cape and try to start a project. And I actually Googled Rotary Cape Town. And then actually you'll find about 4 or 5 Rotary clubs in the region. But I found one with a very cool name, Cape of Good Hope. And also False Bay. And that's the area which we really love, Fishhoek. So we made a connection with you guys, with Rotary Cape of Good Hope. It was a Zoom meeting first in June 2022, and then in September we were here in the club of Rotary Fishhoek, Cape of Good Hope. And I asked, which projects are you busy with? And they brought me to Massy, and they brought me to this building here, which where we now standing was like I called it a desert yesterday. You can call it a dump. It was really, really terrible. And on this spot we said, let's try and make this a decent place where children can play. But then the question is, how are we going to raise money? Now, Dutch people like wines, okay? And we made a plan to sell South African wines in the Netherlands. And we were thinking about the famous brands you have here, like Constantia, Steenberg, Vergelegen. But you can already buy them in our country. So eventually we found Carmen Stevens. And Carmen Stevens was the first black winemaker in South Africa. And her story is unbelievable, but she cannot be here today because it's harvesting time. And she's very busy with making wine as we speak. So we asked Carmen, listen, would you mind coming to the Netherlands to promote your story? And she said, yes, I would like to do that. So she was in our country in June. And we organized several wine tasting events. And we also gave her the opportunity to tell her story, which what I said is unbelievable. And of course, we told the story about the open door. We were expecting to sell about like 300 bottles. But eventually, the sound is gone, I think, no. Eventually, we sold 1,563 bottles. And that gave us the opportunity to do it proper here. And I think by January, the work started, half January. And it's a major achievement that the work was done in time. Before I move to that, I would like to say one thing. We also had another option of raising money, like going to a corporate company and say, listen, we need this money. And we might have got it. But what you miss then is the fact that it's only one company. And with this story, we have sold wines to hundreds of people. And they got the wines in December on the Christmas table. And of course, they talk about Open Door and they talk about Carmen Stevens. So I think that is the real value of this project, that we have been connecting people. It's not only about money, and that's why Rotary is all about. I'm going to finish my story now. Lots of people have been thanked, but I would like to say a special word to Sue Berger. Why is that? Sometimes I say poor Sue, because she took the responsibility on her to actually make this happen here locally. I mean, we were managing the money story to sell the wines, but to make it really, really happening is a different story. And I can tell you, she was really stressed by the whole situation to meet this deadline. Because those who have seen the little video on the progress of this project on the 16th of Jan, she said, we will be finished somewhere by the end of March. And then a few days later I said, let's make it 14 March. And that but she did it, and that's incredible. So I would like to say, give her a big round of applause. And Shadia will hand over you a bunch of flower you really, really deserve. Okay, well, thanks for actually being here and listening to our story. First the flowers to Sue. Yeah. Give it. And also a big thank you for my new Rotary friends, and especially Bev, who was my linking ping into your club. So thank you very much, Bev. Okay, the moment now is getting closer to, is it unveil or review? I don't know. Unveil, okay. This plug. So may I ask Shireen to come forward and take it over from me to experience this special moment. Thank you very much.
Just be yourself. Imagine.
It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It
beautiful. It is all about the soul, isn't it? So these souls are going to enjoy themselves. There's the little angels in the white. They will be mostly the ones playing there. So thank you once again. And this is our last item from our senior youth. And if you want to move a bit yourselves, you may do so. Thank you.
If you died today, what talents, what voice, what stories would die with you?
We choose to dance.
Wool up, just wool up. Now listen, get out of here. Get out of here for real. Don't sing.
5, 6, 7, 8. Kick in place, kick in place. Box, your turn. No. Like this. Kick in place, kick in place.
Ti belli stimela, ti batto tinta da, sono come il pesce le preso le bestie e l'endela, ti batto con quella come c'è anche con ti la ca, ti belli stimela, ti batto tinta da, sono come il pesce le preso le bestie e l'endela, ti batto con quella come c'è anche con ti la ca.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water. Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water.
Christian Progressive College.
Okay. I'm just. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. And I think the most important people I forgot to thank for the children who performed for you. Yeah, who are a small portion of our children that visit us every Friday afternoon for our groups, and also some of them who are fed every day by our Vanessa and Yolanda down there. Vanessa and Yolanda, stick up your hands. They're the ones that make the big pots of food every single day throughout the year. You can't have children's activities without food in their stomachs. Yeah. There is a register floating around. I would appreciate it if you mind just filling it in so that we have a record of the people who came. If you don't want to, then obviously I understand, but it would be nice. Thank you. And we have sandwiches inside and more juice inside, so would you please help yourselves to some refreshments inside that door down there. And if you need the toilet, it's inside this door over here. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, we're all going to get in there now. We're all going to get in there. Some more out of the way.
Before you put it off, I just want to take a picture to show our bosses that official is going to our provincial office.
Okay.
Yes.
But you want to take a picture of what?
Yeah, just a picture. Okay, because I want to ask so
I've already unplugged it, huh? Have you... Oh, you want to take a picture?
Yeah.
You want me to take a picture of you?
Yeah.